All right. Back again on the Tuesday. This time, as you can see, a different environment. In fact, this is the place where I teach and coach drummers in the Netherlands. I called it the Groove Impact Academy, and it's based in Arnhem in the beautiful Sound Vision studio of George Konings. And very grateful to to be able to record my drums here. Look at this beautiful drum set I have here. It's a ProLite Sonor. I love it. But enough of that. Let's focus on the exercise of today. Last week we studied the 16 triplets, and we are going to continue with that. And today I figured out it would be great to focus on starting with the left hand. Basically, I'm a right-hand drummer, so now I'm starting all the exercises that I did last week, starting with the left hand. You can join in. For all those people who just joined in for the first time, this is a live stream that I use, in fact, to put myself behind the practice pad again and do all these exercises that I created, also new stuff that still has to come out, just to try out what it feels like to play it and if I'm doing the right thing. And you can join in, right? So if I look at the screen, you can see it here above me. We are going to play single strokes, very simple, symbol is there, very simple, starting with the left hand, and we use 70 beats per minute, just very slowly. I've got my metronome over here. Let's start 60. I just want to make sure, because last time I found out I find it very difficult to play it very slowly, so that would be great training and get me out of my daily routine and thoughts. I just basically want to do this also to meditate. There we go. This is very slow. All right. I use my left hand, which is, the left foot, which is the foot that where I play the hi-hat with. And for me, the hi-hat is connected to my inner clock. So it's my metronome, and I have to sync it with the metronome first. So get into that first. You can do the same if you want, but I'll start with the left hand. I'll count you in. 2, 3, 4. Let's bring it to an end. 3, 4, bam. All right. So as I do remember from last week, we already did the changeover. So we play 1 bar of this exercise starting with the left hand, and at the very end we play a double paradiddle to switch over to the right hand. Let's do that again, and we start with the left hand just to get into it, and then we'll continue with the next exercise. Actually, this is the next exercise. So as you can see, the display only shows the left hand starting. Just imagine the last count, the fourth, we are going to play a double paradiddle and switch over to the other hand, starting with the right, and so on. And we do this every bar, yeah? Let's try. 60 beats per minute. And 1, 2, starting with left. Double stroke, right. Double stroke, left. Double stroke, and so on. And let's bring it to an end. All right. I find it pretty heavy, the 60 beats per minute. It feels really slow, which is good, you know. This is just all about getting things under control. So let's move on to the next exercise, because this is something we need to do anyway. There we go. This is step 1. Right. Exercise number 2. Oops. There we are. Shuffled notes with ghost notes. We did that last time with starting with the right hand, so now we have to do this with the left hand. There's my little coffee over there. Okay, let's try this. So, you know, if you normally play the hi-hat, you know this move. Right? So there you use the right hand as the dominant hand, and the left hand is the ghost note, right? So now we're going to change that over. And you got to try to find out the mechanism, or the what is it? It's a kind of a flow that you need to create, which is it's pretty difficult. So normally it's like the right hand goes like this. Well, let's see what happens, right? Let's do the exercise. Oh, very slow. All right, 60 beats per minute. Whenever you're ready, 3, 4. Nice. So let's try with the right hand. Yeah, Yeah, if you noticed, I noticed that I started in a triplets field just to see what happens with that movement. Tak, tak. And 16 triplets goes like. I'm so used to play with the right hands, so let's try it with the right hand, the left hand, and create that same flow. Oh. Mm-mm. Mm. It's difficult without the right hand. It's because I'm a right-hand drummer, so let's try this exercise. Okay, let's focus on it, starting with the left hand. And 1, 2, 3, here we go. And let's bring it to an end. Wow, that's a lot of processing. Oops, interesting. It's really interesting. Let me know what you know feel. Maybe you can do it very easily, but for me it's like a lot of processing. It's like what happens there with them, and also with my left hand I have to restudy everything. I am a right-handed drummer, and for those people who don't know, in my whole career, I trained myself, as much as I could with both hands. And unfortunately, shortly after the pandemic, I had a little crazy nerve attack on my left hand, which made it impossible for me to play the drums. And for 2.5 years, I restudied how to use the left hand in a different way. If you've noticed, yeah, I just explained this to you. No shame about it. It's just I'm just happy I can play drums again. But the left hand is um, extra. What is it? It's not weak. It's more. It needs extra attention. So this exercise actually is very good to use it. Let's try it again. I wouldn't even want to do it faster because I want to get it all under control with the 60 beats per minute. So, and the processing I was talking about is like I try to stay away from the head. I'm trying to sync with my body. I try to sync with the click at the same time. And that's another thing that I would like to point out. That using the click is great, but I think don't be afraid if you don't really play super sync to the click. That's my opinion. I think it's great to have an internal clock that really works good, and there's still some movement is possible. Why not? Maybe that's jazz, the jazz side of me. I don't know. As long as you don't drift too far away of the click. Let's try it again. It's not an excuse, by the way. It's just how I approach it, right? 3 and 4 and. Okay, here I gotta stop because I'm losing the stick. So I'm gonna use my glove for this exercise. Um, the one that I always use when I play the drums, because it really helps me to. This is what I found out right now at this exercise. I'm too much focusing on not losing the stick. So therefore I use this glove. A very good friend of mine, also a drummer who is one of the drummers who comes to the Groove Impact Academy. Um, he just gave me this tip. This is a glove that people use for playing golf. I didn't know that. And it's very thin and it's really nice. So now I put the stick in my hand, and now I don't worry anymore about losing it. As before, let's try it again. And 3 and 4 and. So way easier, nicer to play it like this. And try this. Yeah, another lesson learned. Um, if, the previous lessons I didn't use the glove because I thought this is better not to use it. But to find out right now with this exercise is actually I just need this glove to make sure that I can still focus on what I should play without being afraid of my brain goes, I don't want to lose the stick, and that is what's happening if I don't use the glove. So bear with me. From now on, I will use the glove as I do live, as I do in my studio. It has become part of my drumming career now. This white glove. Some people make comments, "Hey, you look like Michael Jackson." Well, I hope not. Anyway, nothing wrong with Michael, I guess. Shut up. All right. How about this exercise? And we got this one here. Displaced doubles. Now, this is crazy because I really had a joyful a teaching moment when I was working with one of my drummers. And he was asking me about, how can I improve my double strokes? And he came with an idea that he saw Thomas Lang doing, and I saw it too because Thomas Lang is crazy, so good, man. But Thomas explained something, and many years ago, I came up with a similar idea, but a different approach. So the normal double strokes you play right, left, right, like this. And the whole idea that Thomas gave, which is a great idea, to put emphasis on the second hit. So instead of you go like, so if you have a metronome, the normal way would be like. So then the second hit is always a little bit weaker, and his approach. The approach of Thomas is to put emphasis on the second hit. So to da, like this, which is great. My approach is something that I stole from a drummer here in the Netherlands, Tom Dijkman, many years ago. When I was a young kid, and he did a clinic, and where he explained about his way of playing the double stroke. And what he explained is he moved the notes, just one note. So instead of starting with double right, he said, just start with just move it on. So you have a single start with the right, and goes like. It's still a double stroke, but I call it a displaced double stroke because it's moved, right? And therefore, if you focus on like the 8 notes in 16th, right? You got pa ta 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 pa 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 pa. These become your accents in those 16ths. Pa do da do da do. There you go. It's the second hits that you are putting emphasis on. Oh. Making the double strokes a lot stronger. Right, so that approach we are going to use, but now we are going to play this not in 16th, but 16 triplets, which is a little bit different because it moves around, right? I'll show you very slowly. So it goes like 3 and 4 and pa to do to do to do to do to do to. That's 16th, right? And this one goes and pa to do pa pa to do to do to pa to do. So, and the crazy thing about this is there's a certain, I call it a wave. There's a wave. It goes like this. Right, to left, right, left. So you have to bear in mind that if you play this, the starting note is now in this case I start with the right hand, but if you start with the left hand, of course, the first beat is going to be starting with the left, and the second one's going to be right. So let's do this starting with the left hand. Let's see what happens. See if this tempo's okay. It's a little bit too fast, maybe. Let's go down. Let's go down. 55 beats per minute. Let's see what happens. 2, starting with the left hand. 4 and ha. Oh, where was I? Sorry. All right. Ah, that was crazy. You know what happened? I was playing this, and during the play, I got distracted. I started thinking about different things. I started to think about a recording session that I need to do, and where I have to place the microphones. It is so crazy if you do these things, and you probably recognize this too. Um, Things go to your brain, and for some reason it almost feels like it's going to distract you from this. So I really have to pay attention to stay in this moment while I'm here studying here on this beautiful practice pad. By the way, a little bit advertising. It's a practice pad of Aquarian, and the balance they call it, and it's really nice. I like this surface. It's really thick and silent, and the other part, the other side is made with a certain coating. I think this is great for, if you want to study brush or something like that. I didn't use it. I just love this part. So I bring it with me to everywhere, even on holiday, because you hardly hear anything. And the rebound, and that's the other thing, really makes me feel like I'm playing on my snare drum. It's because my snare drum is tuned a little bit lower than normal snare drums. What is a normal snare drum? But anyway, so the rebound is not so super tight, but it really has a nice touch. And I think the thing about a practice pad is, if a practice pad feels like you want to play it, you want to use it, then you're doing the right thing, right? Also got different other practice pads that I go like, well, that feels like I'm practicing, and this feels like you're playing drums. So, okay, let's continue to the next exercise. Let's see where we are here. We do that, and we are here. Boom. Single paradiddles, starting with the left hand. Well, you know this exercise. Let's move it up to 60 beats per minute. Remember, the grouping is 4 against 6, but this time we start with the left hand, right? So in general goes like this, the accents. All single paradiddles. It's not an easy exercise, but let's do it. I'll count you in, and 1, 2, starting with left, and Okay, a little moment here. I found out, you know, the crazy things. If I focus on what I play, I can stay here in the now. If I look around, there's so much distraction, like this instruments, and makes me think, oh, I got to do this. I could do this. No, stop. Focus. Go there. All right? Let's do it again. 3 and 4. Left. Okay, let's bring it to an end. Nice. Yeah, that was way better. What always is good to, you know, if you do a couple of exercises like this is part of a whole page. I found out, oh, this exercise goes great, but this other exercise doesn't feel that well, and they all need to feel in the, you know, the same way, the same flow. So for me personally, I have to choose, and you should do that too. Choose which exercise you find more difficult, and that one needs more attention, right? Same with if you do training, and you find out that either your right or your left hand is weaker than the other. Pay extra attention to the weakest hand, and try to, you know, to work with that hand more, so it becomes in balance. That's what you are looking for when you play the drums. So let's find out the final exercise. Oh, this is going to be easy. It's at the end section, a double paradiddle. This is lovely. We need this. Just a little break, double paradiddle. Are you ready? Yeah, there we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Starting with the left hand, of course. All right. We can play this. I mean, I would like to do the following. Let's find out about how about if I do this, right? And then bring this one up down here. There you go. And you will miss me a little bit. I'll move myself a bit here. Well, you don't need me. You need my hands, right? So let's see. Or maybe I'll make it a little bit smaller. I could do that. Yeah, let's do that. 1 second. Bear with me. It's me and my computer. And I'm here on my own. There's no technician around me who does this for me. So, and these are the, right, this one. Okay, let's find out. No, this one. Come on. Come on. There you go. Yeah. So this is what we are going to do. Now, there you go. This is way better, right? A little bit. bigger like this, so it becomes equal part. So now you can see me. So what we are going to do, we're going to play the double paradiddle. We do this 2 bars, and then we switch over to the single paradiddles, also 2 bars, and then we go back and forward, okay? And repeat that for a while. Yeah, let's stick to the 60 beats per minute. I find it incredibly interesting. The slower, the more difficult, right? Okay, 1, 2, double paradiddle, 3, left, a more bar, 1 more bar, and then switch over to the single paradiddles. 2 bars. Oh, and double. I'm thinking too much, sorry. You know the drill now, yeah? Let me focus. There we go. Single. Switch over. Single paradiddle. All right. I'm thinking of moving it up to another exercise. Let's do this. Let's find out about this exercise over here, which is, oh, that's the wrong one. That's that's the wrong one. There we go. Let's find out about this one here. Make it a little bit smaller, so yeah. You see that? Now let's see what happens. I just, you know, swap around a little bit about the accents. So what we are going to do is double paradiddle. So, all right, single, and then back. It's going to be tricky. So, but anyway, so everything is starting with the left hand. And we are going to do, we start with the double paradiddle, then go to the single paradiddle, then go to displaced doubles, right? And let's see, displaced double, and then back to the single paradiddle maybe? Let's see. Well. No. It could be possible. So why don't we go from the double paradiddles, single paradiddles, display double stroke, back to the single paradiddle. So all the way up and down, like that. See what happens, you know? So let's give it a little try, like this, 3 and 4, double paradiddle. Just 1 bar. Switch over. See if it makes sense. Displace. And back to the single paradiddle. Ah. Wow, this is a tricky one. Let's try it. So I start with the displaced double just to see if I can make that move. Let's try this. I just need this very slow tempo just to make sure that I'm doing the right thing. Yeah, tap it, tap it. 50 beats per minute. Just to get it all organized. Remember that I spoke about the 3 steps, right? First, analyzing what you're doing, then coordination, which we are doing right now, and then keep practicing it so we are mastering, right? So let's try to use this as a great example how to get to it. So 50 beats per minute, and there we go. Oh, that's 49, 50. Oh, so let's get in touch with the, syncing with the timer, the click track, and imagine what it feels and sounds like if you play the 16 triplets. Wow. Okay, there we go. Start with the double paradiddle. We do everything 2 bars. Don't forget that, okay? Okay. 1, 2, and up and down. 3 and 4 and single paradiddles. Displaced doubles. Single paradiddle. Nice bridge. Double paradiddle. Okay, focus. 2 bars each. And let's bring it to an end. Nice. Okay, so got it figured out. Now let's move up to 60 beats per minute. Let's see what happens. Let's sync to it, connect to it. Right, there we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, and start with the left hand, so sorry. And 4, left. There we go. Let's bring it to an end. All right, there we go. Nothing, it was not perfect, but at least, I'm getting into it, and I'm hoping that you really enjoy doing trainings like this, because I really sort of gives me a better focus, and also things that I need to pay attention to. Playing slow opens up every note, so it really does something with your timing. Because if I notice if I play fast, and that counts for all the drummers that I work with, you can sort of bluff your way around it. But here it's like getting the timing perfectly. Okay, let's do one more. Let's add one more exercise. Let's do the one that I find crazy difficult. This is the shuffle notes, starting with the left hand. Oh, I hate this one so much. Oh my God. Okay, let's try it. I can do this. Yeah, like this. All right. Hey, this is interesting. And we'll move it up a little and get more space there. Okay. All right. So what we are going to do right now is we are going to move myself a little bit to this part. Now we are going to play after the displaced double strokes. Up again, displaced double stroke. Yeah, this is we add another one exercise to the whole list. So we go up, down and up. Yeah, let's try this. And this is going to be the final exercise that we're doing for today. However, in 60 beats per minute. Can we do it faster? Should we? Yeah, let's go to 65. Why not? Take it. Yeah, let's do this. Ready? 2, and starting with left. And 2 bars each, right? And moving up. Almost. Focus. Down. Ah! I knew it. Ah, Christ. Oh, sorry. I felt that I was running away from it and I couldn't keep up anymore. So there's another thing that I would like to express. If you find out that if you do these exercises and halfway, like me, you miss out on something, try to catch up where you were in the exercise. So don't start all over again, or because it's good for your musical feel and also timing feel. So many times when I teach drummers, sometimes I find out we're trying to do the exercise and then the drummer is trying it and he makes a mistake and then he stops and then he starts again. But it's a good way of training yourself to understand where you were and how to catch up with it, right? So like in a live situation when you play the drums in a band and there's a little mistake that you make, the band is not going to wait for you until you restart. No, they just move on. So the train goes, and you have to jump in again, exactly at the wagon where you left it actually. So yeah, I'm gonna try it again. Let's come on. We need to do it a couple of times before we say goodbye. Ah, it's a killer exercise. 2, 3 with the left hand and. Let's bring it to an end. There you go. So now, while we do this, if you've noticed that I play, pretty much accents when the single parallels appear or the double parallels, and I didn't play any accents with the double strokes and the shuffled notes. Maybe I did. Yeah, I did. So how about let's give it a try, because basically what this exercise stands for, once you got the routine, the next step you have to make is play everything without any accents. So they all sound like 16 triplets, but you don't recognize what sticking you were using. So we're going to try this again, but then without using accents. See if that works. First a sip of coffee. Yeah, let's try it. There we go. 1, 2, starting with left, and 4, I don't know where I am now. Sorry, because I'm over focused. On the top. There we go. I didn't play the displaced double stroke. I can see now how difficult this exercise is, and I just now play the ghost notes. So maybe a trick would be to play it all loud, so there's no accents, but you play in a strong way. Let's see if that works. Ah. Yeah. So the whole idea, I just did it with the right hand. The whole idea behind it is, once you get this all done, try to play everything without accents. And the reason why you do this is, if ever you play live with the band and you play some kind of fill or whatever you're playing, this exercise takes you away from playing certain patterns. So just, you know, if you play something, you improvise, and you come around, and suddenly your hands know how to continue without you using your brain to steer it. That's the whole idea behind this training. But as you can see, I have to work out a lot still.